What is up, guys? It is your boy NCSO7 here. Welcome to another review video. Today I'm going to be reviewing Project Diva F2nd for PlayStation 3. So I played my first Hatsune Miku game earlier this year, that being Project Diva X on PlayStation 4, and now I finally played this game and I'm going to review it. But to be honest, this review is going to be pretty short because of reasons I'll get into in a bit. But with that being said, let's go right into it. Starting off with the presentation. Now, if you don't know how Hatsune Miku games are played, essentially they're rhythm games. They're Vocaloid games with Vocaloid songs and whatnot. Basically, you press the button at the right time and whatnot, but I'll get more into that with gameplay. Really, that's all you kinda have to know. It's a rhythm game. But hey, it's still a good looking rhythm game at the very least, because the game looks really solid. The game actually looks pretty good, honestly, for PS3 standards. The only issue I do have is the frame rate. Now, Project Diva X on PlayStation 4 ran at 60 FPS, whereas F2nd on PlayStation 3 runs at 30 FPS. And when I first played, that did throw me off quite a bit. It matters a lot more in rhythm games, since the frame rate changing can kind of alter how good you are at the game. Now, obviously, I got used to it after some time, but still, it is a little bit eh. But to be honest though, it is PlayStation 3, so I can sort of understand, since most games on that system weren't at 60 FPS, so I'll give it, it's fine in that regard. But presentation-wise, the game is pretty good. And story-wise, I honestly don't think there is a story, at least not from what I played. Just a list of songs to go through, and also rooms, but again, we'll get to that later. And that later being right now, which is going into the gameplay. Now, I mentioned before, it's a rhythm game. Basically, like, notes will come in from various, like, sides of the screen, and you have to press them at the right time. Like, if you see an X, you have to press an X. If you have to see an O, you press the O button, and so on and so forth. And if you see, like, the stars, then you use the sticks to do it, and sometimes you have to use both sticks or both buttons or whatever on the controller to do things, and that's really all I have to describe the gameplay as for the rhythms gameplay. It really isn't that complicated, which is a good thing. You don't want a rhythm game that's too complicated. And of course, it's because it's a rhythm game, I honestly am not too good at it, which is why I played most of the game on normal and easy. Yeah, call me a noob all you want, but I'm not the best when it comes to these games. I don't know, but they're still fun though, but not the best either. But there's also some other stuff you can do. You can go and visit various characters' rooms, and you can build relationships with them and whatnot by petting them. Yeah, you can do that. And there you can also buy stuff for the characters as well. You can watch live performances. You can find stuff online through specific people. But there's like a network thing you can do, but like I never figured out how to do it, but it's a thing. And yeah, really, there's not much to say about the gameplay. It's pretty much the same as the other games, so gameplay-wise, it's pretty good, honestly. And then moving on to controls, the game controls fine, and while I personally do not like the PlayStation 3's controller, I don't like the PlayStation 3's controller, but regardless of that, the game still controls fine, and the amount of content for the game, I paid like maybe $30 for the game, and I'd say you get a good enough amount of content. I'd say so. You get like around like 40 to 45 songs or something like that. So you get quite a bit of in there, basically. There's a lot of songs. Simply put, the game has plenty of content. And then moving on to the soundtrack, which is pretty important for these games since they're rhythm games. Obviously, it's Vocaloid songs, so it's like if you're not into that kind of music, then you might not like this game, but I'm fine with it. It's not like my favorite genre. To be honest, my favorite genre of music is video game music, if you didn't know, but I still like this music regardless. It's still stuff that I like, though I may not necessarily listen to it on my own time, on YouTube or anything like that, so yeah. But music is pretty alright. And then moving on to my final thoughts, the game is pretty solid, honestly. I will say that I probably like it a little bit more than Project Diva X because of one thing. Project Diva X, the way it delivered the songs to you was kind of eh. They basically did it through a story mode, and you had to go like clear like 5 songs in a world. I prefer the list, honestly, that you have in F2nd, so the game's better in that regard. Yeah, the frame rate ain't as good, but it's a PS3 game. I'll let it slide. It's not the biggest problem in the world. And if this review was very fast, then this review was very fast. I'll leave an end card at the end of this video to my Project Diva X review, so if you want to watch that, go ahead, because I get a little more in depth in that video, but really, yeah, there's not much else to say. It's a rhythm game, and a fun rhythm game at that, but still, it's basically the same as the others. So, on my scale from 0 to 10, I give Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2nd on PlayStation 3 a solid 8 out of 10. It's pretty good, I'd honestly say, and I would recommend you getting it, like I have. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, what you think of this game and whatnot, and if you want to see more Project Diva videos in the future, maybe I'll make a review on the first game, on the first F game specifically, because I do actually have it, but I haven't played it yet. Maybe I'll do a video on that. I don't know, we'll see. And yeah, so with that being said, this is NCSO7 signing out. Peace out and take care.